Have you caught them all? Hey gang, happy Wednesday, and welcome back to the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Rollins, and this week, it's a listener-requested episode. That's right, the survey from a while back bore some fruit, and one of the listener requests was Pokémon. That's right, speak and we do listen. Now, the survey is closed, but we still have a contact form on dorkygeekynerdy.com, as well as various places on social media you can holler at us with ideas. As always, it's 3 rounds, 10 questions each. I ask the questions, you guess the answers. It's like pub trivia night without the drink minimum. I think that covers the basics, so let's get started with the Dorky round. Number 1. The name Pokémon is derived from what 2 words? Despite being Japanese, the name comes from 2 English words, pocket monsters. Number 2. Jesse and James are members of what team? Team Rocket. Number 3. On what game console was Pokémon first released? The Nintendo Game Boy. Number 4. How many Pokémon are contained in the first game, Red and Green? $151. Number 5. Pokémon was initially released in Japan in what year? $1996. Number 6. Which came first, the card game or the video game? The video game. Number 7. 635 Japanese children suffered from what after watching a 1997 episode of Pokémon? Seizures. The episode has never been re-aired. Number 8. Who voiced Pikachu in the 2019 movie Detective Pikachu? Ryan Reynolds. Number 9. Which character has appeared in the most episodes of the anime? Pikachu. As of this recording, the Pokémon has appeared in 1,125 episodes. Number 10. How old was Ash when he first sets out in the anime series? He's 10, because that's totally when you turn a child loose into the wild. The Geeky round. Number 1. What was Gary Oak's first Pokémon? Squirtle. Number 2. When was Pokémon released in the US? $1998. Number 3. Who created Pokémon? Satoshi Tajiri, and Ken Sugimori. Number 4. What company initially released Pokémon? Game Freak. Number 5. In what year was the first Pokémon movie released? (1998). Number 6. In the anime, Brock says he likes donuts. What is he actually eating? Rice balls. The producers didn't think Japanese food would translate to Western audiences. Number 7. As of 2021, how many seasons of the Pokémon anime have aired? (23). Number 8. When Game Freak initially started in the 1980s, what did they make? They were a magazine company. Number 9. What's Ash's name in the original Japanese? Satoshi, named for one of the game's creators. Number 10. Pokémon is the only video game to appear on the cover of what famous magazine that premiered in 1923? Time magazine. The Nerdy Round. Number 1. According to the Pokédex, what is the only Pokémon that can devolve? Slowbro. Number 2. If not for trademarking issues, what was going to be the name of Pokémon? Capsule Monsters. Number 3. What country banned Pokémon in 2001? Saudi Arabia. They banned it due to some symbols in the game and that it included gambling. Number 4. In terms of money, what is the most valuable Pokémon card? The Pikachu Illustrator card. While researching this episode, I found one for $3 million on eBay. I know what you're thinking, and yes, shipping was included. Number 5. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee were named after what martial arts actors? Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, respectively. Number 6. The name Pokémon is an example of Wasei Aigo, which means what? Japanese-made English, where the Japanese make a new word from combining English words. Another example is donmai from the English I don't mind. Number 7. What government stamped Pikachu on their official currency in 2001? The island of Niue. Number 8. What Pokémon was supposed to accompany Ash before they went with Pikachu in the anime series? Clefairy. Number 9. Coughing and wheezing were originally named what? Nye and La, named after New York and Los Angeles for their smog. Number 10. After 9/11, the episode A Scare in the Air was renamed to what? Spirits in the Sky. And that's it for this week's show. I hope you 90s kids had a little nostalgia trip. As a Gen Xer, I sometimes miss these things, so the listener feedback is a huge help. Drop us a line at dorkygeekynerdy.com and let us know what you like and what you don't. We'll be back again next Wednesday for more trivia. Here's a clue to tide you over. What decade brought us The Funky Phantom, C-Lab 2020, and Star Trek the Animated Series? Who doesn't want more cartoons in the summer? I hope to see you back here. This has been episode 125 of the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Rollins. The music has been by Jason Shaw at audionautics.com. Thanks for listening.
Hi there, I'm Jonathan Swenson, Game Master of Halfwits Failed Crits. We're an actual play tabletop role-playing podcast where I vow to get my players to the end of a campaign, but unfortunately, their cursed dice generally have other plans. Our first season is called Worlds Divided, where we play Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Worlds Divided is the story of an unlikely group that forms a guild and makes it their mission to upstage the top-ranked guilds in the nation. This is your standard sword and sorcery fantasy, filled with monsters, quests, and mysterious rifts. You'll see. Our second season and current season is called Children of the Spine, where we play Stars Without Number Revised Edition. Children of the Spine is a sci-fi space opera where the players are young adults trying to learn who they are, where they are, and what they are going to do with themselves after being rescued from a very Lord of the Flies type situation on an isolated planet. And lastly, mixed within our show, you'll have some one-shot bonus episodes, such as Backstabbing Beasties, where we play as immortal monsters racing to obtain a chalice that will make us mortal so that we can finally rest in peace. If you're completely new to us, we actually recommend that you start with Backstabbing Beasties, just because it's self-contained, rules light, it's easy to follow, and it's the first episode that we recorded with great audio equipment and added tons of sound design that will become the norm in Season 2. If this sounds like a show that you would enjoy, you can find us at www.halfwitsfailedcrits.com or Twitter and Facebook at Failed Crits, or anywhere podcasts are found.
'Tis the season to be podcasting. Stay inside with a warm beverage and a hot microphone. If you're interested, Spotify can help you out. They've got a platform that lets you make one, distribute it, and earn money, all in one place, for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So you've already got the equipment necessary to start recording today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify, Apple, Google, and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. And when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&A and polls are an excellent way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Best of all, it's completely free. I switched Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy over to Spotify for Podcasters, and I haven't regretted it. The analytics are fantastic, and the new tools for hosting and updating the feed are way more than I could do self-hosting. Now, it's your turn. head to podcasters.spotify.com and read all about it. Then let me know what you are podcasting all about. The best kept secrets in 2041 America are the deadliest ones. A mysterious scarlet-haired jazz singer, a rebel on a motorcycle, and a killer with a penchant for torture. Food is scarce, good jobs the rarity, and Big Brother is watching everyone. Will Jack and Tom's family be torn apart in the mayhem? And how far will one brother go to save the other's life? In 2041, America is rife with ghettos and armed checkpoints, and poverty runs rampant. A bloody civil war is brewing, and everyone will be forced to take a side. Education is the only way out of a life where you're never sure where your next meal will come from, or what you'll have to do to get it. Tom aced his assessment tests and scored an education contract, giving him a way out of poverty. Jack isn't so lucky. Tom must break every rule he's lived by and go head-to-head with a psychopath if he's to have any chance of saving his brother, and just maybe keep America from reaching the fracture point. Fracture Point by Jeff Altabef is book 1 in the Point Thrillers series. Audiobook available now on Audible and iTunes.